be going over the story of the Haitian Revolution. In particular, a certain argument that occurred between two young budding historians, Riley Walker and Gabe Mertz, about whether the Haitian Revolution was doomed from the start or not. Let us begin.
No!
Yes!
The Haitian Revolution was not doomed from the start!
The Haitian Revolution was doomed from the start because they would have been better off staying with France. They suffered as an independent country, and the revolution did not change the way that they lived at all. Because now, in 2013, they are the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and they didn't pay off their debt to France until 1947.
But it wasn't doomed, because the Haitian Revolution was successful. They became an independent country, and they freed all their slaves, which is what they set out on the revolution to achieve. Here, let me show you.
Sweet.
Slaves of Haiti. I was born a slave, but nature gave me a soul of a free man. We have been repressed for too long. It is time to fight back and gain our rights and freedom.
Yeah!
The slaves didn't have to work on plantations anymore, and they could put their energy into more productive work, like creating a free future for the children. And Toussaint Louverture was given a chance to arise. He was a great leader.
Fair enough, but is their future really free and productive? 122 years after they were recognized as a country, they were forced to live in poverty and pain, trying to pay off the debt of their country.
Due to our loss of property, slaves, and plantations, we will require a payment of 90 million francs to make this settlement work.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. I'm hungry.
Well, daughter, we have no food. If only we didn't have to pay off this debt, then we could feed our family. Save us. Save us.
I have no money to pay for my malaria aids.
Okay, but what about being an independent country? First off, they didn't have to be slaves. They can work for their own, and they could work for their own money. They can elect their own leaders and make their own rules instead of being controlled by a horrible French monarchy. Yes, they did have to go through a lot of suffering and pain, but the end result was worth it. They have come a long way, and they will continue to get better.
But are they really better off? If they had stayed a colony, they would have money, a supporting country, and slavery would have been abolished within the next 100 years. They also would have no debt. They left the French power so that they could rule themselves. But what ended up happening was that they were ruled by dictators and suppressed even more. They would have been better off just staying with the French. It would have saved a lot of people from suffering. We even saw the beginnings of a dictatorship with Toussaint Louverture.
Action.
It's weird how we're having to work again. It kind of seems like slavery, which is kind of dumb. Which I thought that we were like not doing anymore, but
I know,
I
right?
mean, I guess not. But
I know,
I think
right?
that Toussaint Louverture guy is kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he's
Beep.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, by the way, guys, I'm gonna be the governor for life now, okay?
okay.
Yay.
Now that you say it like that, I guess you were right. The revolution, I guess it was doomed from the start. They thought they were gonna end up with something good, but they had to go through with all that suffering.
You were wrong. I was right. You have to admit it. Bam.
Our loss of property.
Nope.
Can we focus?
Yay, orange peel.
I fed the slaves!
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Shut up, Gil.
Put it back over
Can
there.
you see the computer?
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's why it looked like a bomb.